everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you my summer TBR. So I feel like now I've finally gotten back into reading. I felt like I was very slumpy in the spring, and I'm hoping that I can kind of keep this momentum going to kind of get a little bit more reading done in the summer, especially things will be dying down for a little bit. So I'm just going to try to savor my time where I can have a little bit of more of a relaxed, quiet life before everything gets busy in the fall. So I'm very excited for all these books. I feel like they're all over in terms of genre too. So I've been really kind of focusing on getting my TBR down. And so it was hard for me to find like summery books that kind of fit with the summer. Like summer, I like lighthearted books. But for the most part, these were kind of somewhat lighthearted. I think one of them is, and then the other ones just kind of have summery covers. And I think that's what I was looking for, because I have like quite a bit of like fall and winter books on my TBR that I'm like holding off reading until then. So these are the ones that kind of definitely piqued my interest for kind of this summer season. So without further ado, let's get started. First up is a historical fiction, and I've been wanting to get back into historical fiction. It used to be the like main genre that I would read, and I've kind of gotten out of habit of reading it, so I kind of want to introduce more. And this one that has been on my TBR for a while that I have just found intriguing, and it is The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. This one just sounds like a very interesting like premise, but it says, on a summer evening in 1931, Lily Blackwood glimpses circus lights from the grimy window of her attic bedroom. Lily isn't allowed to explore the meadows around Blackwood Manor. She's never even ventured beyond her narrow room. Mama insists it's for Lily's own protection, that people would be afraid if they saw her. But on this unforgettable night, Lily is taken outside for the first time and sold to the circus sideshow. More than 2 decades later, 19-year-old Julia Blackwood has inherited her parents' estate and house farm. For Julia, home was an unhappy place full of strict rules and forbidden rooms, and she hopes that returning might erase those painful memories. Instead, she comes immersed in a mystery involving a hidden attic room and photos of circus scenes featuring a striking young girl. So I think this kind of weaves in the two storylines, and it just seems really interesting and intriguing. I've read a few of her other books and I've really enjoyed, so this one just seems like a nice, perfect book to read in the summertime. Next, this is definitely one where the cover just kind of felt very summery to me, and it is The Birdcage by Eve Chase. Like, I feel like that is just a very summery kind of cover with all the botanicals on it, but it also seems like a very interesting kind of family drama. So it says, on a remote windswept cliffside in Cornwall, England, sits Rock Point, the seaside home of the Finch family. For years, Lauren, Kat, and Flora come together there every summer to spend time with their father, swim in the ice-cold ocean, and walk the high wire of their unusual sisterhood until it snapped. 20 years later, they lead wildly different and separate lives. But an unexpected summons to Rock Point pushes the half-sisters together again. It's the first time they dared return since they sat for their father's most celebrated painting, Girls in Birdcage, the catastrophic summer of the total solar eclipse. And there is someone in the shadows watching their every move, someone who remembers the girls in the painting and what they did. And so this one just seems really interesting. I love kind of like stories that focus within a family that has fallen out, and that fallout kind of has consequences further down the line. And I haven't heard anyone talk about this one. I haven't really heard anything about it, so I'm very interested to see how I feel about it. And it isn't too long too, so I feel like this one is one that I could just easily fly through. So yeah, I'm just excited to dive into this one because, like I said, I do love family like dramas that span many years, so I'm very excited to dive into this one. And there seems to be like a really intriguing mystery aspect as well, so I feel like this will be one that I will read through pretty quickly. So this is one I read her previous like duology back in May, and I do really like her writing style, so I'm hoping this one will be one that I maybe enjoy a little bit better than her kind of Divine Rivals duology. And this is a River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Like I said, she has very beautiful lyrical writing, and I'm hoping this one I might like a little bit more. I know people say they like Divine Rivals a little bit more, but I don't know, maybe I might lean towards this one. But it sounds like more like murder mystery aspect kind of, but it says it starts with a letter and an ominous journey across dark waters. 10 years after being sent away to the mainland to become a bard, Jack is summoned home to Cadence. Girls are going missing from the island, and Adria, his childhood nemesis and the future leader of the clan, believes Jack is the only one who can find them. The elemental spirits that dwell in every breath of air, splash of water, blade of grass, and flicker of fire find mirth in the lives of the humans, and a bard's music is the only way to summon them and ask that the girls be returned. Yet as Jack and Adria get closer to solving the mystery, it becomes apparent that an older, darker secret about Cadence lurks beneath the surface, and no harp song may be strong enough to stop it. This just seems really interesting, and again, this was kind of another like summery botanical cover that I thought would be a good time to read in this. But like I said, I really enjoyed her writing style. I felt like it's very lyrical, and so maybe this one will be, I'll just click a little bit more with the story. So I'm excited to kind of dive in, and I always like a duology because all these books are already out, and if I do like it, it can be one that I can marathon. So this one just seems, I think out of all the ones on my shelf, this is the one that seems the most lighthearted, and I feel like it's kind of giving a little bit of Bridgerton vibes in terms of like finding a suitor and that type of thing. And it is A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting by Sophie Irwin. This is again a book that's been on my TBR for quite some time, and I feel like this is like the perfect time to read it as well. Again, with the botanical theme, I was just really on point with the books I picked. And so it says, Kitty needs a fortune, or rather she needs a husband who has a fortune. Left with her father's massive debts, she has only 12 weeks to save her family from ruin. Kitty has never been one to back down from a challenge, so she leaves home and heads toward the most dangerous battleground in all of England, the London season. Kitty may be neither accomplished nor especially genteel, but she is absolutely single-minded. Imbued in with cunning and ingenuity, she knows that risk is just part of the game. The only thing she doesn't anticipate is Lord Radcliffe. The worldly Radcliffe sees Kitty for the mercenary fortune hunter that she really is, and he is determined to thwart her plans at all costs until their parrying takes a completely different turn. And so this one, like I said, it kind of is like a unserious version of Bridgerton, so in terms of like the courting and the London season. So I think this one will be fun. I think it will be very self-aware and satirical, so I'm very interested to see this. I feel like it's just gonna be a fun one to read. So, and I've just been kind of Bridgerton obsessed right now, especially with season 3 coming out, so I feel like this will kind of help with my Bridgerton obsession right now. And lastly, because I said I want to get back into historical fiction, this one just seems really interesting, and it is The Forest of Vanishing Stars by Kristin Harmel, and I'm excited to dive in. I'm a little hesitant because I read, what is the Book of Lost Names or something like from this author, and I'm a little nervous because I didn't feel like, I thought I would really enjoy that one. I didn't really end up enjoying it, so I'm hoping this is one that I just kind of gel with a little bit better. But it says, after being stolen from her wealthy German parents and raised in the unforgiving wilderness of Eastern Europe, Yono has amassed a lifetime of survival skills. She knows how to find food in the depths of the harshest winter, how to build a shelter to withstand the elements, and even how to kill a man if she must, but little about the simplest human interactions. Her solitary existence is interrupted in the early days of World War II, however, when she happens upon a group of Jews fleeing Nazi persecution. Stunned to learn what happened in the outside world, she vows to teach the group all she can about surviving the forest, and in turn they teach her some surprising lessons about opening her heart after years of isolation. Yona finds a special connection with Alexander, a leader of a small refugee group. At first she feels as though she found a family, but when she is betrayed, she flees the forest and stumbles into a German-occupied village where her past and present come together in a shocking collision. So I just think this seems really interesting, and hopefully this is one, like I said, I didn't really like her other books, so I'm hoping this is one that I enjoy maybe a little bit more. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what books you plan to read this summer and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.